So now we can display our start and end points, and we can zoom the map out to show both the points. In this video, let's go ahead and add the direction between these 2 points. In order to show the direction between the 2 points, we'll use this package called Flutter Polyline Points. This package uses the Google Directions API to create the line between the 2 points. So let's go ahead to installing. We can copy out this line from here, head back to our app, and jump into our pubspec.yaml. Just like before, we can go ahead and paste this in, call pub_get. So the package is installed. Let's head over to our console, and just like we had enabled Google Maps, we'll open up our library here. And what we're going to look for is the Directions API. So let's search for directions, and you'll have the Directions API available. Select that and make sure you enable it here. Now let's head over to the example portion of this plugin. So we need access to our polylines, we need the polyline coordinates, and we need the polyline points. So I'm just going to copy that out, head back to our app, and here within our map screen, within our state class, I'm going to paste that in. Make sure we import in polyline points. Back in the documentation, we don't need to set up the markers because we're already doing that. We need this particular line to add the polylines, so let's just copy that. Come back here to our map, and I'm just going to add it here on top. Back in the documentation, we need 2 methods, which is the add polyline and get polyline. So let's copy that and come up here above our class and paste it outside it. So we have our 2 methods. One is going to add the polyline and one is going to get the polyline using the Directions API. So here we need to pass in the API key. I'm going to get that from our search screen. Let's copy that, paste that in here. Then we need the original latitude and longitude, which we already have from our initial position. So I'm going to copy those 2 in as well. Replace these 2 out with that. For the destination latitude and longitude, again, we can pull out our endpoint latitude and longitudes. So I'm just going to paste the start points here and then replace that with the end position. Once that's done, we need to actually call this get polyline method. Let's come down here within our map. Once our map is created, in our future.delayed, we're currently calling just one method. That's why we're using the fat arrow function. Instead, we need to do 2 things. So I'm going to remove this fat arrow. Instead, pass in curly braces. Pass that in here inside the future.delayed. So we'll animate the camera to show both the points, and then we'll get the direction between them by calling the get polyline method. Here, I'm also going to increase this delay to 2 seconds so that the map loads completely and then we animate. Let's save that out. There's just one more change we need to make here, and that is in our get polyline method. Here, under travel mode, we're actually passing in this waypoints parameter. Since our waypoints are coming from our start and end points that we select, we don't need this here, so we can get rid of that. I'm going to close out this method, which is the get route between coordinates, by passing in the rounded bracket, and then save that out. So once we get the route between the 2 points using the Directions API, it'll check if the points are not empty, it'll add the polyline between it. Let's save that out. Let's run our app. Here, let's pass in Apple again. Here I'm going to pass in Tesla. The map loads up, and there we get the polyline between the 2 points. We can modify this line by coming up to the add polyline method. Here we want to change the color to black, and we also want to add a width here and make it slightly thinner by saying width and setting that to 1. I'm just going to quickly reload this. And there we can see we're getting our directions between the 2 points.